Hey guys, it's Dr. Kresimir. Bear with me. There is quite a bit of talking at the start of this video, and that's not on purpose. I'm going to be showing you strength training exercises for your back. I will get there. It is important that we build some context so you know what to do if it hurts, you know what not to do if in case you're in a certain place, why it is that I'm recommending these exercises, which hopefully will get your mind around why it is important that you do this. And the reason that it is important is you want to be healthy and you want to be able to pick up your grandchildren and do all the things that you want to do later on in life. And building strength through full range of motion is a really important component to you being able to do that. So typically when there's an injury or you're trying to fix yourself, there's a lot of passive stuff that happens at the beginning. You know, you're going to massage, you're doing physio, and things are being done to you. But as your body starts to heal, more of the responsibility comes onto you. You know, you'll be given exercises, and most of the exercises that are strength-based are holds and things that don't require a lot of range of motion, simply because your joints are hurt and they can't move, right? And then this is the final stuff that I'm talking about. So I'm gonna be showing you a deadlift, a squat, and something that you can do overhead while you're laying. The goal of this is for you to be able to do this at home. Now, the reason that I like that this happens at a gym is because you have a coach watching you, and there's progressions built in, meaning a systemic way for you to get stronger, pull more weight, and to do it correctly. The stuff that I'm gonna be showing you is things and ways that you can do it at home. Here's the thing. You know, a deadlift, and I'll show you what these are. Actually, you know what, we'll save that for when I actually get up and get moving. Here's the disclaimer. If something doesn't feel right, you don't want to mess with this stuff because people do hurt not just their backs, but other parts of their body squatting and deadlifting. If they're done incorrectly, they can be a big negative in your life. But if they're done correctly, they can be a massive, should I say it 3 times? A massive benefit to your life. So let's back up. I'm gonna try to keep everything in the picture, and I have my little dude that I'm going to be deadlifting. So keep in mind, first thing, when people talk about what a deadlift is picture a barbell here on the floor, and a deadlift is that exercise when I'm taking the barbell and then I'm picking it off the floor like this. And that's what we think of when we think of deadlift. Really though, what a deadlift is you hinging at the waist and picking something up off the floor. It's a really functional movement in the sense that you should be doing it every day, all the time, right? The reason that you have a body, at least for me, in my opinion, is so you can use it and you can do things. So it's important that you learn how to lift objects and heavy objects up off the ground. And it's actually good and beneficial for you to do that if you're doing it in a correct way. So notice what I have here. I have an object. Pretend that it's heavy. It's not really heavy, but let's talk about how we can apply these principles and lift at home. So number one is I want this to be, whatever I'm lifting, I want it to be close to my knee. And when I bend over, I can even move back a little bit further so you can see. But when I bend over, I'm not going to be arching my back and bending at my waist. I'm going to be hinging like this, keeping my back flat, and not having this far away from my body, but having it close to my body. So I'm going to, keep this flat as I bend over. I'm going to squeeze my core, and then I'm going to stand up with it. And that's a deadlift. Now, again, the reason I like you doing that at the gym is because you can systematically and, step by step increase the weight. But at home, pick things up. And make sure that it's gonna take you slow. It's gonna be slow and it's gonna look awkward, but you're practicing that technique of keeping everything close, keeping your back straight and keeping your core tight bracing your spine while you're hinging at the waist. You know, and if you're doing it at home, do it as often as you can. Now, exercise number 2. It's going to look really similar to that. It's the squat. Now again, a squat is where I am keeping my toes forward, you know, feet about shoulder width apart like this, and I'm, again, keeping my back straight, but I'm hinging at the waist all the way down. I'm getting into this position, and then I'm standing back up. So again, it's going to involve picking stuff up. Let's go back to this guy. Notice that my back is straight. I'm moving this really close to me. I'm getting my hands around it, and then I'm standing back up. So that's a squat. And again, I like it at the gym because you get to increase the weight, and there's somebody watching you saying, you know, your core and your ankles might not be mobile. Here's the thing with this. You can go somewhere in between because you might not be able to squat all the way down like I did. Again, maybe you can only get to here. Make sure that your weight is on your heels and that your butt is coming back first. Notice that my knee to my ankle is relatively straight. I'm not coming way out over my toes like this. I'm coming down like this. So if you can combine the deadlift and the squat together, and you can lift in this position. The point is, you're getting down in that position, you're squeezing your trunk, and you're helping to strengthen your back, which is going to be immensely beneficial. How many times should you do this? You should do this, especially if you're lifting stuff at home. There might be days when you're squatting more or deadlifting more than other days, but it's important that you do it often because you want to use those muscles. And again, if something doesn't feel right, or if you're unsure that you're doing it right, please stop. Get some professional help from somebody who can help you do these things. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is a really simple upper back exercise. You're gonna lay flat on the ground like this. Your head's gonna be flat. You wanna make sure that it's supported. Your arms are gonna be straight out like this. You're gonna be pushing your head down into the ground and lifting your arms up like this. Now you can either hold your arms like this, or you can move them down. You want to go in a slow count, and you want to make sure that you're touching your arms. So that's 3 exercises. And again, consistency and frequency is the most important. If something doesn't feel right, or if I didn't explain something correctly, which has been known to happen, just ask my wife. Leave a comment below, and I'd love to help out. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.